Okay, guys, welcome. Saturday morning, testing. Hopefully, we're here, and your host, BATJAC J.W, right here, and we're going to be talking about some stuff, a little bit of updates, and what am I been up to, and all that good stuff. All right, what have I been up to? As you notice, the last couple of videos on the channel were movie-related stuff, vintage movie-related stuff, the best kind of stuff. But before we get into that, I got the old-fashioned way because I'm using my phone to record this, so let me know how that turns out, how that shakes out. I hope the video is in the correct format. All right, I have Rick Harker. Hey, Rick Harker. If you guys have not seen the video I did over at Rick Harker's museum, check it out. It's an old West town that's really cool. Rick is definitely 100%, 110% into it. I must say, I don't know anybody else that can top him. All right, we got Scott F., Bernard Flood, Anna Ramel, hopefully I'm saying that right. We got some new guys, or new people and gals coming over, and that's a lot of that is courtesy to Led 8541. Thank you, Led. I appreciate that. So, and Firestarter as well. Merriweather. Again, I hope I'm saying these right. I apologize if I'm not. Good News Travelers. Hey, it's always good news when you're traveling, right? Mr. Holster, Varen K, Jeffrey Richardson. Okay, Panama Brad, and we've already mentioned Led 8541. Again, thank you, Led, for sending some people over. And we have the Gunfighter 45 ACP, Mr. Zonacat, and Evie Saint, Muzzle First, Lion Quest Fitness, Bob Hartman, my man Joe P. Hopefully, Joe, you're watching that. I know you are. You're always watching. Big Al, Edward Petty, the Bohemian Hunting Club. I've seen them pop up here and there. They've been showing up for a long time on my channel. Three Wolves 4570. Cheers, Three Wolves. I know you got Kona coffee. Guess what? I got some too. All right, Mr. Gunther, and he got Peppered 88. Mr. Mark Mack and Douglas Walther. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Maybe your comment didn't show up. But anyway, yes, I've been working, and a lot of people, I've actually had questions. People ask me, hey, where do you work, BATJAC? What do you do for a living? I'm in the gun business. That's what I do. Here on YouTube, I talk about guns and share with you my favorite guns, why. I love revolvers, you know. But I like a lot of vintage guns. Yes, I'm kind of more of a gun collector than I am, I guess, a guy that buys a gun for shooting purposes. A lot of guns I buy are kind of movie related. As you saw lately, a lot of Dirty Harry stuff. Dirty Harry has been one of those movies that is branded in my mind, says, you need a Model 29. You don't need just one. You need 2, 3, I don't know, 4. But the Model 29, you know, stuff like that, I can't help but buy another one and keep buying them. But no, there's a method to my madness with the 29s. One day I'll have to break them all out and show them to you up close, but hopefully you've seen the up close video of this baby right here, the 29-2. But they're all different. Believe it or not, yes, they are all different. They all are different. That's a tongue twister. 8 3/8 inch barrel. Okay, that one, believe it or not, is not really a Dirty Harry driven obsession to want that. Guess what? That was because of the movie Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro, directed by Martin Scorsese in the 70s. That was really cool. I've always liked that scene where he goes in there to buy that thing, and the camera pans over that beautiful long 8 3/8 barrel. Man, that is just something to behold. But yes, but then, you know, if you look at like the poster for the Deadpool, Dirty Harry and Deadpool, the final Dirty Harry movie, the poster of his face, there's like a silhouette look of his face. I think it's somewhat in focus, but long beside him is that big, long barreled 29 right by him, and that's the 8 3/8. So there's that argument almost that goes back and forth. They say, well, do you think he used the 8 3/8 in some of the scenes? I wouldn't doubt that some scenes where he probably used 8 3/8, but you know, you'd be surprised when you take a look at the 6.5. We don't need an excuse to break it out again. Here's the 6.5. again, check out that video I did, close-up look at this baby, 6.5-inch vintage Model 29-2. This is a pinned and recessed model. Original grips, always important to have that kind of stuff. But you see that barrel? Here, I'll hold it up next to that nicer wall there. Yeah, it makes quite a difference. The other one I have is a 6, and there is a noticeable difference in that. So the camera angles can always make something look a little bit more different. If you notice my thumbnail photos, I take them at an angle. I use a certain angle, and it's usually taken like this straight on at it, and it actually lengthens the gun or makes it just more glorious, I guess, something more drool worthy. So we have to break out more paper towels when we're watching a BATJAC J.W video. So yeah, it could be camera angles, but it definitely would not surprise me if they, if they had something like that, if they're using an 8 3/8 in some sense in some areas. So the other bit is, I guess, having the snubby in the Model 29, or it's called the 629 actually. The 6 prefix means it's in stainless. That actually was from a movie too. Some of you actually know that video. You've been around my channel so long, you've looked through the 800 plus video catalog here that we've been doing. Crazy stuff, man. I can't believe we're just cooking along here. Speaking of cooking, I hope they get internet soon, because I'm having to upload these videos on total, like, random areas. I'm probably going to, and I kid you not, I'm not joking, I'm probably going to have to suck it up and go to Olive Garden for dinner tonight so I can leech off their Wi-Fi and hit it off this phone and upload it. I'm not joking. That's the way we've been operating lately. It's been rough. A lot of this has been tethered off of cell phones and using the Wi-Fi and running up cell phone bills to upload some of these videos. So that I do apologize to some of my friends that have channels that it seems like I've not been, watching anybody else's videos or commenting anywhere else, or getting back to a lot of your comments right there in the videos, is because I do apologize. I have not had internet service, and I know that's been an ongoing thing for 6 months now. I have not been on the internet. That is the longest I've gone without being in contact with my buddies here on YouTube and other things and other channels that I watch. It's kind of terrible, really. But yeah, hopefully you checked out that video, the 29. A lot of this stuff, that's what it goes. That's what drives me. Even it doesn't necessarily have to be something old and collectible. A lot of times it just happens to be because that's the kind of movies I like. One of my favorite movies also, it's kind of one of those that people go, oh yeah, I kind of remember that movie. Or, oh right, that movie. Another one, it's a Steve McQueen movie. Can you believe it? I'll let you know a little details now, and what do you think it is? Steve McQueen, it's one of his final movies. He's wearing a green jacket, carries a 1911 government A1 looking pistol, and yeah, he's, well, I think I said too much, but anyway, that's one of my favorite McQueen movies, and a lot of people don't even know it, but those that are really into those kind of things, it's right there, they know it. Recently I watched, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but recently, what did I watch? I watched Glengarry Glen Ross. What an interesting movie that is. The dialogue in that movie is worth its weight in gold, even though I think it didn't do very well when it was released. It came out in '92. That's got a whole slew of good actors in it, most notably Al Pacino. But one of my favorite things in that movie is you got Ed Harris is in it. Ed Harris is just... if you know Ed Harris and you know his work, you just know what roles he's perfect in, and he's just he's taking a total insult reaming from Alec Baldwin, which maybe he's just playing himself in the movie. But anyway, he's just kind of sitting there. He's just getting this barrage of all this nasty stuff being told to him by Alec Baldwin's character, and he just goes, yeah, yeah, just go away. That cracked me up for some reason. So, yeah, that's what I was watching recently. So, some other people are asking me, back on what do I do for a living and all that. Again, I'm in the gun business, and that's what I do. I work at a gun shop. I'm working at a gun shop right now in Tucson, Arizona. That's what I'm doing. It's been fun. It's very interesting. And that's another reason I moved out here to the middle of the desert, was to furthermore get into more and more gun stuff. So if you happen to wander into one of those shops and figure out which one I'm at, then, hey, say hello. Some of you already have. So I did switch gears a little bit. I did go from working at the indoor range to working at a gun shop. Why would BATJAC do that? Not that saying that the indoor range was a bad job or bad people or anything. In fact, it was the total opposite. Leaving the indoor range was probably one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to do for leaving a job. Normally, when we leave a job, we definitely are not into it anymore. Your heart is not into it, or whatever it is, you're not into it. You just want to move on. This was not the case. I didn't want to move on, but I knew financially I had to. In the end, the bottom line is, in the end, and everybody that knows this, you got to make enough money at the end of the month to keep afloat. You got to. I got to keep, I got to make sure I got a roof over my head. I can continue making these videos. I want to continue to be able to buy guns and show them off to you, and show you, hey, what am I doing? It's expensive to keep buying them. A lot of people ask me, are you rich when you buy these things? Well, here's the thing. Whenever I buy these guns, or like the 29 or something like that, if you can believe this or not, I've never paid $1,000 or even close to that for any of my Model 29s. How about that? Okay, so think about it. Most people, they go out and they buy, not knocking any of these brands or anything, but one of those polymer guns or something like that. They spend $600 or $700. Well, guess what? I'm spending about that on a Model 29. And how do you do that, or what the heck? You search, you scour the gun shows, the shops, and you just keep looking, and you just keep waiting, and sooner or later you find one, and hey, sometimes that guy cuts you a deal. Like I got a really good deal on this one. I'm not gonna lie. The guy's really cool, and he's a really nice fella, and hey, he cut me a deal, so I couldn't pass it up. That's for sure. So things like that. That's how it goes. That's how I've been buying them. And out here, the really hard part is you got layaway. Every one of these shops literally do layaway. They'll put on layaway. You got 3-4 months to pay it off. Well, that's doable. And what it does is it saves that piece that you want. And my favorite place is literally the pawn shops. Why? Because they don't, a lot of times they don't have any value I should word this correctly. They don't have like a value in the sense of saying like, oh, this is a Smith & Wesson, blah, blah, blah. Yes, some of them do, but a lot of times it's, we got X amount into this, we need to sell it, get it off our shelves, let's move it. Now the benefit for me is a lot of the guns I'm into, not everybody else is into, so it's kind of neat as a collector. Somebody that, I'm going out and buying a Walther P99. That one's kind of fell in the middle of that weird category, I guess. I wanted a P99. Why? Pierce Brosnan, James Bond. But that fell into that category of, well, maybe not everybody's a fan of that Pierce Brosnan era of James Bond movies, and then the beginning stages of Daniel Craig with Casino Royale. But for me, I'm obsessed with those things. So maybe not everybody wants the P99. They want the PPQ, the newer model of the Walther series. So, when I see the thing sitting there for $369, I got it. Or a Walther PPK, and the pawn shop guy says $300 out the door. I got to do these things. You see what I'm telling you? I've got to do it. So I need a better job. I need a better paying job. A better paying job. So that's what I have to do. And that's what I'm doing. So that's just kind of rolling with the punches and so forth. And so anyhow, I'm going to be doing another video on Collector's Corner, if you guys remember that. Maybe if you do. It doesn't have a ton of views on it, but it's got some views on it where I talked about some stuff. So I'll talk about some of those things and get it in with the different guns I'm collecting. Oddly enough, that Model 25, I have a Model 25 mountain gun and 45 long Colt blued steel. Awesome. 4-inch barrel. It is the mountain gun. It does say that on the barrel. It is still a key lock pistol or revolver by Smith and Wesson, so you know it's kind of recent. But from everything I could find, I think they don't make it anymore. So I may have stumbled across a hidden gem there that I may have scored into the collection. So they're just kind of an example of, even though it's new or newer, maybe it was a limited run of it. Something like that. I have a Colt 1911. It's a limited run to 4,000 pistols. From what I've read, I don't know. I'm not an expert or anything, but stuff like that. It may be a newly manufactured, but maybe it was a limited run, or maybe they just don't produce it anymore. So it could be tough. Anyway, there's things I want to get and do reviews for you guys, and check it out. There's just more guns I want to get my hands on and look them over and get to play with them a little bit, shoot them, and bring them to you guys right here on the channel so you can get my opinion, and then maybe you can see it, check it out, bring it to light. Hey, I didn't know that they had one of those. I'm going to go get one. So that's what a lot of things do for me. YouTube is amazing because we get to check out all kinds of stuff, and I want to keep trucking along. So I'm BATJAC J.W. Thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed the rest of your Saturday. Get out there and do something. And I'm going to enjoy mine and appreciate it. You guys appreciate all the views I've been getting and all the subscriptions and everything. So we'll keep going. Thanks for watching.